Bricks and Minifigs is your one-stop shop for all things LEGO. Hit the link below to find a store near you. Hey everyone, Joshua Hanlon here, and today I'm with Alec at the LEGOLAND Discovery Center, Arizona. And what is your official title here?
So I'm the Global Master Model Builder for LEGO Discovery Centers.
There you go. So he's got all of the experience to take us through and show us all of the awesome stuff on display. Let's take a look.
Let's go.
We've made our way to the Miniland portion here, so tell us, what do we have on display in this area?
Yeah, Miniland is my favorite part, obviously, but these are all Phoenix buildings. These are all buildings from Arizona. The cool thing about the Discovery Centers, you know, there's 27 around the world, and each one has a Miniland that is local to its area. So we've got our City Hall building, some public art, some skyscrapers, and if you look beyond, there's the Grand Canyon. People love coming in and seeing, you know, recognizable landmarks, things they see every day. And this was actually made by a team of 40 builders. It's a big team effort to create these. You know, they're made in a model shop, and they are shipped here. We maintain them, we add all sorts of fun scenes. I actually added in all of this water a couple of years ago. I just love the way that it sparkles against the light. And you know, they've got to be sturdy because we do ship them. And we actually have one that's been here since open. This is just, guests can grab this, they can touch it, and these are so well built that this is never broken.
Is everything glued in this room?
Everything is glued in. Mostly everything is glued in the room. Please do not jump over the glass and test it out. I guarantee you that would not go well.
This is a very unique section over here. What does this depict?
Yeah, so this is kind of like a Southwest ghost town. I mean, Arizona, Wild West, we have that association. We of course have the TP Motel. There's one of these in rural Arizona. And I sometimes like to add a couple of buildings. This is not a haunted house that is anywhere in Arizona. I thought it'd just be fun to add a little haunted house with like a corn maze and a little corn family. So, you know, I have a lot of freedom to add in fun new builds, and people really like coming and seeing what's changed in Miniland from the last time they visited.
But there's even more than just Lego here. We're seeing fireworks effects as well, so it's a whole experience as you walk through here.
It is, and I mean, it's dark now. You probably saw, we had a sunset. We had an Arizona sunset in here, and it's really cool. You can see the lights are up on in downtown now. Some of the buildings are lit up. So it's really dynamic. We try to make it, you know, really dynamic, really a place that you can spend a lot of time looking at these incredible builds.
And in this section, you've actually built the Discovery Center, right, over here?
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites. We have the Discovery Center built. That's the building we're inside of. Now, if you look out front, there's a little man pushing a gray thing, okay? That is a little man pushing the Lego model of the football stadium. So that is a Lego model of the Cardinals football stadium.
Yes, very meta. You've got to have that stuff included, I'm sure, throughout this.
Absolutely. It's really the little details that really make it fun and funny. We bring that Lego humor into the city.
So how much time do you spend repairing models in here typically?
You know, we'll spend maybe like one morning, one evening every week popping in, standing up people who have fallen over, doing some light dusting. It's a kind of a constant thing to maintain. We've actually got a down street light right here. So I'm just gonna pop that up. And it looks like our base plate has come off. That actually anchors it into the table. So we're gonna have to get some glue. So that's maybe an after hours fix. So, you know, that's the kind of stuff that pops up all the time. And we want to make it look as pretty as it can be for the guests.
Right, and the lighting effects, especially when it gets darker in here, look amazing. So like the flame effects on that building up there. Now the lights are coming back on, but it doesn't matter when you come through here, there's always something to appreciate.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, just filled with detail, and the lights really do make it pop. I actually find it very fun to wire them up. Even like the little street lights, they've got little wires going up into them with LEDs. It's a fun challenge to try and really bring it to life and add that dynamic element to the builds.
How often do you switch out like a whole building in here, or do kind of sizable changes like that? Does that happen very often?
Not too often. Any one of these buildings represents, you know, 150 to 200 hours of work. And being a master model builder in a Discovery Center like this, you know, there's a lot that we're doing day to day between like repairs, guest interaction. So it's a little rare that we'd add a new building, but it definitely happens. And it's very exciting when we get to do like an unveiling of a new building. We'll usually have some sort of like ceremony and like a public release. So it's worth, you know, checking into your local Discovery Center to see what they're working on, what they're adding. The master builders are very open about what they're working on, what projects are upcoming. So it's really cool to see and be a part of.
We're leaving Miniland now, coming out into kind of the main hub of the Discovery Center, and there's all sorts of stuff to take in here. So what is some of the things you want to point out to us?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is, you know, where you're going to spend a lot of your time. We've obviously got big builds all over the place. Our clock tower goes off every once in a while. We have a lot of brick pits, build tables. It looks like people have used a lot of the big soft brick right now to build a of chair over here. This is pretty comfortable.
Oh. Very practical.
It's nice, can support my weight.
Yeah.
Of course, a Duplo area for the little kids or the little kids at heart. We have 2 rides in the attraction. Merlin's Apprentice, we have another one. Kingdom Quest, you have to save the princess. So
I love the colors in here in addition to the ride itself. Look fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. It's all the magic that's being cast on the people riding it. It's a little bit of a slower day. A lot of kids are in school right now, so we don't have any classes going right now, but you know, this is our workshop area. I've got a little lesson where I'm showing people how to use snot bricks, stud-on-side techniques. We've got an interesting brick mix in here for them to use. We'll do all sorts of lessons like lettering. Like I'd like to do physics workshops in here sometimes. We try and really get some interesting, not just build concepts, but educational concepts.
Yeah, help them understand the math and that kind of thing, which goes into Lego building so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Head back on out.
We got some models on display from is that from the things that have happened in the workshop?
Yeah, these are workshop builds or things that kids are just proud of. We want them to be able to showcase their works, and it's really fun to come over here and just see what people have made. This is wild. I have not seen this one yet. This is like a cloud castle with a rainbow radio tower. This is really good.
There we go. I like the technique of the plate stuck on there in between the studs.
Exactly. Maybe an illegal building technique. We won't tell anyone. Oh no! I've destroyed somebody's creation.
You're supposed to be the master, though. It's in your name.
That's okay. That means I can fix it.
That's true. That's what the master
means. It's not a
means.
problem.
Ninjago here?
Yeah, we actually have events all the time. This is from our last event, our Ninjago event. So we use this to like stage ninja training. So I was doing a lot of like, you know, okay, balance on one foot. Okay, now put your hands behind your back. And I'd like lead big groups of kids in this ninja training. I have a board that they'd have to break at the end of it, a Lego board that you just quietly snap back together so the next person can break it.
Yeah.
But we try to have a lot of areas where we can, you know, kind of host those big group activities, gather up a bunch of kids and, you know, just do something fun. It's always different every day.
Right, and that brings up a really interesting aspect of your job is obviously you are a talented Lego builder, and we'll see some fantastic stuff that you've worked on here in your shop soon, but you also do a lot with the public and kind of the public facing side of what happens here. So you have that whole kind of skill set in all those different elements of your job on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, absolutely. Being the master builder of a LEGOLAND Discovery Center it's a very unique role because, you know, I am in a workshop, I'm designing models from scratch, I have all these pieces at my disposal, but at the same time, you know, there's a big window that opens up, and a big part of me being here is kids being able to come up, talk to me, show me what they've built, ask me questions about building, ask me questions about being a master model builder, and really getting that one-on-one time with, you know, somebody who does what they love doing, building with Lego, professionally. So that's really my favorite part of the role, is getting to inspire kids, talk with families, and just be that superhero for that kid as much as I can be.
I love that. And then what do we have next to us here?
Of course, we have our earthquake table. You can see there's mid-tremors. Some of the buildings aren't holding up too well. Let's see if we can put something together real quick. It's not very tall. It's probably going to survive just fine.
We'll see. I don't know.
So we turn it on. Let's set it to max. We turn it on. It starts wiggling. Solid foundation. Now, I have seen people, you know, lift their kids up on their shoulders. We've had them go all the way up to the lights at times. People get really into building the tallest tower. I have to bring out more Duplo bricks
Wow.
at time.
Is there ever like safety concerns? You're like, we got to call it there because we don't want to like crush a child.
Yes, absolutely. if I see, my workshop's right here. If I see something being built that tall, I'll come out. I was like, okay, everybody, we're gonna take a step back before we turn on the tower, and yeah, we're very safe here.
And then another building section over here. I see some ramps. What is that for?
Oh, absolutely. Build and test, very popular. We build cars. The kids build cars. We race them down the track. We have a couple of lanes here with like an automated little start gate. It's really fun to race against the children or launch your cars off the ramp, see if they can make it over the bin. Some kids are really good at making cars jump very far. I figured out, make the cars long. That's how you get them to jump really far.
Oh, pro tip.
Yeah, pro tip there for you.
So if anyone's watched like the Lego Masters show and maybe want to try out some challenges from that type of show, you can come and do it here.
This is a great place to do it. You want to race?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to grab a car.
There you go.
Here's one for you.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Where's the one that I have? Kathleen, where's yours?
Do you get people challenging you a lot?
Yes, they do.
They're like, we want to beat the master.
Bring your car over. Bring your car over.
Racing Darren?
All right, bring it over.
Come on, Bodie.
Let's
I'll
put it in the
take
lane.
the outside lane.
You pick the outside lane. All right. You want to push the button? We got to count down together. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! All right, they're taking off down the track. Look at it go!
Oh, I got stuck.
I got blown out of the water.
I didn't
Good job,
make it
dude.
down
High
the track.
five.
Great job. Great job. I couldn't even make it down
You
the
got a
ramp.
little bit stuck here. Maybe picking the outside lane
Taking
wasn't
the outside lane, bad idea. Not a
wasn't
pro
the best
tip.
idea. Oh no, it's just not the best car. One of my favorite things to actually do here is we do snail racers. Obviously, that was a pretty quick race. Making a car that goes really slow but continues down the ramp and never stops is a big challenge. The record for our attraction is 30 minutes.
What?
Literally, yeah, 30
Oh my.
minutes. It took a car to like inch its way down the track. It never stopped. We never had to give it a little bump. It was wild.
That's some next level engineering to achieve that slow of
It
a
is
speed.
all about friction.
And of course, we have a 4D movie, which I think is at a lot of the Discovery Centers, right?
Yeah, every Discovery Center has a movie theater, and it's great because we rotate quite a few movies out throughout the day. So, if you're hanging out for 2-3 hours, you're going to be able to see all of the shows. They're not like feature-length films, but we've got a Ninjago one, we have a Lego City, Lego Movie 4D going right now, and it's just like a fun little break. You're so colorful in here. You go in, you sit down. There's rain effects and everything.
Relax a little bit.
Relax
maybe.
a little bit.
And what does that take us into in here? Something very different.
We have our Dino Explorer room. So each attraction has something a little bit unique. I think we're one of the only attractions that has a Dino Explorer room. So it's just a differentiated area with the different theming. We put different brick mixes in here. We get kids building really fun dinosaurs. I like to hand out interesting pieces from my workshop window for them to like bolster their dinosaur. I'll encourage kids to come show me what they've built, and then at the window we'll collaborate. So I see a lot of dinosaurs. I see a lot of cars.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to see a lot of creativity, I'm sure, and the crazy
Wave,
ideas.
guys, wave.
Hello. What do we have? Some like virtual reality going on here?
Yeah, we have a 4D Lego race.
Okay.
So 2 people can race together. It's very fun. I don't know if you played the original Lego Island game with the racing aspect of it. It really does feel like that. Where I think in that one there was big pizzas that were rolling at one point. There's a lot of that Lego humor in here. You put the goggles on, the seats shake. It's very immersive, very fun.
So on a day-to-day basis, are you in some of all these different areas that we've seen? Do you kind of move around a lot just depending on what's going on and what group is here?
Yeah, the Master Model Builder is kind of all over the place in a Discovery Center. Each attraction has its own Master Model Builder, the lead Lego person. And I'll spend a lot of time in the workshop, obviously with the window open, talking to kids. But I'll also head out into the attraction, see what's happening, and build and test. I'll go in and I'll teach some classes in the creative workshop if we have some interesting things going on in there. So really just all over this place.
Perfect. Can we take a look inside the model shop?
Yeah,
then now?
absolutely.
Yes.
Let's go.
So this is where a lot of the magic happens, certainly that you build here. And You've got so much stuff on display here. It's honestly kind of like overwhelming when you first walk in because there's so many different models and so much cool stuff. I got to give a shout out to your YouTube play button there as well.
Yes,
So of course,
100K.
lots of awesome content you're creating here at the Discovery Center too.
Absolutely. You know, this is, I mean, it's a LEGOLAND Discovery Center, so it's all about Lego, and it's all about inspiring kids through imagination, through building, showing them what is possible with Lego. So I really try to emphasize that. I really try to, you know, inject fun into anything we do. And that's through models. That's through, you know, having things that the kids can actually hold, these like crazy models. I will like knight children, and I'll place the crown upon their head and then tell them they're the king of Lego, king or queen of Legoland. We have all sorts of things with secrets and surprises. We've got I like to make big bricks that open up things you wouldn't expect, techniques that I can show people.
Right. Kind of a combination of system and technique and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And you know, it's like I was talking about earlier, it's really this like one-on-one connection that we can have here with the families, and that's really, I think, a lot of people's favorite part is getting to like spend time and see a lot of this stuff, hold it, get ideas, and take those ideas home to use in their own building.
So is most of your day spent in here then, or what percentage are you here versus out in other parts of the Discovery Center?
It's like some days it's 50-50. Some days I'll be in here all day if I'm working on a big projects. Some days I'll be out there if I'm, you know, running an activity or a class all day. I might spend the entire day in the attraction instead of the workshop. So it varies. But the key thing is there's always going to be something new, you know, because we're always building new things. So if you come back and visit, again, there's going to be a bunch of new models in here for you to check out, new inspiration to get.
Yeah, that is super cool. And I know we referenced your content a little bit earlier, so I wanted to talk to you some more about that. Something you've become very well known for on TikTok as well as YouTube is just content around all of the super creative models that you make here. So tell me a little bit kind of how did that start for you, and what stuff do you feature on there?
Yeah, it was wild. We just made a TikTok account one day, and the very first video took off. I was just kind of showing my workshop. It was like totally normal things in a master model builder's workshop. I think it took off because I accidentally dropped one of these drawers on the ground, and it shattered and pieces went everywhere.
People love destruction on camera.
They unfortunately do. I tend to not do that, but they love it. But yeah, we've seen a lot of really great success, and it's awesome to get to, you know, showcase not just what I build, but some of the other master model builders from other Discovery Centers and what they create. And the type of content that I do that is really successful is really a reflection of what we do here at the Discovery Center. That kind of one-on-one, hey, I want to show you this super awesome brick separator I made. Check this out. Here's a technique I used. Try making one. You know, that's the type of content that we make.
Yeah, and it's really interesting type of content because it's also, especially on TikTok, very short form, and we've seen the rise of that Lego community with a lot of kind of Lego TikTok accounts coming around. So how do you approach that as a content creator? Because you've got a lot of complex builds that you could spend, you know, a long time kind of talking through, but you're trying to do all this in kind of under a minute or something. So how have you kind of honed in on the best way to approach showing off these models?
Yeah, it's interesting. That's a really interesting question because I don't really go into a ton of detail, like with here's this shark, I built it, here's step by step by step. I really will focus on, you know, here is a shark, here is one technique that I used that really brings this to life. Like here's how I got the angles on the fin, or here's how I made it look like it was coming out of the ocean. And I do try to really emphasize the just amount of time that it takes to create something like that, and the amount of trial and error and patience and practice that goes into it, and really having that mindset to get to a place where you have a finished, polished model, and you can be really proud of it. Because, you know, people don't see the hours that go into this, and I really try to emphasize that. These don't just happen overnight. It's really, really practice and patience.
And since you are so public facing, what has it been like since the content really took off and has been getting so many views? Do you have a lot of people coming in to the Discovery Center and kind of wanting to meet you, maybe race you, challenge you into things?
I do. I definitely have people visit, and then they realize, like, wait a second, that's the guy from YouTube, that's the guy from TikTok, and it's really, really rewarding to get to like be that awesome person for those kids. And I really love when people, you know, just pop over and say, hey, I love your videos, especially love it when they say, I learned something from your channel, here's a build that I made, and they'll show me a picture of something they made at home. One funny thing is, I am the global master model builder, so I kind of work for all of the 27 attractions within the world. Master model builder Delaney is our dedicated Arizona builder now, and she actually made this awesome brick separator. She is an amazing Lego artist. And people ask her if she's master builder Alec now sometime, and she's still not quite sure what to say to that. Like, do you think I'm Alec? Do I look like him? And the kids are like, no.
She's got to live up to the celebrity status that you built here,
Blessing and a curse for her, for sure.
So what is your role like now then? Because you said you kind of have a hand in a lot of the different, Discovery Centers. What types of things does that involve?
A lot of what I've been doing lately is really finding great candidates for the master model builder role at other attractions. We're opening up another Discovery Center in Washington, D.C. this summer, and we want to find the right person for the job. We want to find the right person to put in a workshop like this and be that like superhero, be engaging with the kids, and be creative and share their love of Lego. So we hold competitions to hire the master model builder. So I'm helping to coordinate those competitions. I'll actually fly to the location where we have them. I'll act as a judge, and I'll really try and find the best person for the job. And of course, I do all of the content. I do event planning for the attractions. I try and support the other master builders any way I can.
Yeah, well, that's super cool. So if that sounds like a job that maybe someone's always dreamed of having, is there a place they can find more info or check that out online, working at a Legoland Discovery Center like this?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are operated by Merlin Entertainment. So if you want to go to merlincareers.com, you can see if there are master model builder openings or master model builder assistant openings. Even just like becoming a playmaker, one of our in the attraction staff that still engages with the kids is a great way to get your foot in the door to maybe in the future become a master model builder.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for showing us around the Discovery Center here today. It's awesome to see not only your work, but the work that so many people put into making this a super exciting experience for kids and adults to come in and be super creative and have a fun time. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming out. It's been a pleasure.